All right. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is Don't Be Surprised If These Strikes Fast Track Automation. This lesson came from the inspiration of a video I was watching earlier. The elder Aisha Yar from the North Carolina camp, head of the North Carolina camp, but one of the heads. Time is not on your side, Jake. You will regret that you didn't listen. And he played a clip in here of this Edomite that was breaking down, the times that are coming. And I can't remember, verbatim what he said because I watched this. It had to be, maybe 2 hours ago or something like that. But I kind of gave me an idea to do a lesson based off of scripture that the elder spoke about, mentioned in this lesson. Now, before we get started, I was watching a video Elder Pastor did. I don't remember which one it was, but it was one where he was speaking about if we were under the new covenant, you Israelites out there, according to the new covenant, we are going to be priests. And if you have a woman that has slept with more than you, more than one man, then you have to put her away because a priest is not supposed to have a woman that's been touched by any other man. And then I thought about it, said if we were under the new covenant, our women would be in order. And none of these women are in order. So it's impossible for us to be under the new covenant, So with that being said, let's get into it. So the title, once again, it says, Don't be surprised if these strikes fast track automation. Now, what is automation? Automation is the use of largely automatic equipment in a system of manufacturing or other production processes. All right, just like you see here, unemployment due to the spread of automation. See, so that's pretty much what I was thinking about. I was meditating on it just now, like I said, when I was watching his video and putting this lesson together, that the problem with people is that there are too many of them. Now, I mean, I don't know where the hell that came from, but I think there was something quote from some movie that says something like that. Or maybe I'm just mixing some stuff together. But the thing is, with people, you have to have breaks. You have to sleep. You need sick days, vacation days, so on and so forth. Emergencies come up. They have to have lunch, breaks, and all of that, right? So with automation or machines, they don't need breaks. They don't take coffee breaks. They don't take bathroom breaks and none of that. So seeing that if these people, right, in large quantities are working, whether it's a factory on the docks or whatever, and they're unhappy with the conditions, whether it's pay or whether it's just deplorable working conditions, they can strike, and that strike, which would mean the majority of them would not be working, would stop production of everything. But on the other hand, if it was all run by machinery, there would be no strikes. So I was just meditating on it. What if this strike brings in, or fast tracks automation, which they already have? Remember, China right now has a fully automated McDonald's that I believe they just opened it up. I'm not sure if it's the only one that they got so far, but it's fully, pretty much the robots are just cooking, the food. And you go in there, automation is what? You go in there, you have a kiosk, you order what you want, and then boom, you get it. There's no transaction between people. The only person that is in a transaction is the person that's going there to get food, or whatever the case may be. So this strike could be one of the very things that breaks the camel's back, the straw that breaks the camel's back, because you have this whole digital system coming in place. The what is that called? The UN something. I can't think of it right now. I was gonna say a few words on it. I know I'm Johnny come lately, when it coming late to the game. Brothers already did videos on it. Apostles brothers already did videos on it. But I was probably gonna do something just to say a few words on it. But they got all this stuff coming in online now, which is pretty much being set up as digital IDs, you know, for pack for the future. There you go, to water, brother. Yeah, the pack for the future, and this is all to make everything and everyone to be accessed online. All right, everything. Why? Because they're bringing in this whole digital system online. So I thought of a few precepts. One of the precepts I thought about was in the book of Revelation. First, let's go there, Revelation 12 and 12. And notice that certain precepts that we read, it speaks about the doom of the world. Like Revelation 12:14 and to the, I'm sorry, 12 and 12, not 14. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. When you look up this word earth here, it's gi or gay, which is a word where you get the word geo, and it can also apply to the word world as far as in the oikumene sense. Oikumene is the Greek word for the entire globe, the entire planet. It's synonymous with the word gi or gay, geo, which is earth, which is another Greek word, which means the whole entire planet. So when we read about the times of the end, the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of of these hardships, it's pretty much being predicated, for lack of better words, on the whole entire globe, the whole entire planet that is online. Okay, yep, the movie I wrote, but that's right. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And this is what they know. They know that they have a short time, and that's why they're pushing this agenda that they have, that they've been trying to get in place since 1776, and even before that, but 1776 to put a date on this so-called the Bavarian faction of the Illuminati. All right. Now, next precept that came to mind. Well, the next precept that I wanted to mention was the precept that the elder brought out in his lesson. Which brothers go to this a lot. This is Ezekiel chapter 5, and I'm gonna go straight to the point. 16 says, "When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine." So the point is that these shutdowns, these strikes, and all of this stuff that's going on is about to bring more hardships than people are already dealing with. People are losing it already because of the hardships that are going on. You see videos on TikTok and other social media where the people are crying and they're desperate, they're coming unhinged because of their living conditions. They're saying that they're a month away or 2 weeks away or a week away from being homeless. That the money that they're making and the checks that they're getting is not worth the time and the work that they're putting in, because it's not giving them enough to survive off of. More and more people are becoming homeless. More and more people are having to, decide of whether they're going to pay their bills this week or this month or eat. So there's a lot going on that is happening. But the thing is that it's being sent by the Lord. There's another one. That's a good one, but I believe it's in the 16th chapter, Second Ezra, where it speaks about damn, how does that go now? It just came into my mind. I believe it says that the Lord, I will send plagues upon the earth or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. If a brother knows what I'm speaking about, I believe it's in Second Ezra 16. It might be Second Ezra 15. But if it either one, those are good. Let me read those real quick. Second Ezra 16:14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. That's twofold. That's dealing with the missiles, and also that's dealing with uh, um, in other parts of Ezra, Second Ezra is dealing with famine and riots and all of that. It says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out. In this case, it's dealing with specifically the missiles till it consume the foundation of the earth. All right. So Second Ezra 16:30. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right, dealing with the nuclear destruction, but also dealing with the hard times that are coming. And notice it says the word world. All right, Second Ezra 15:11 and to 12. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Yep, and will destroy all the land thereof. It's dealing with America. Behold, saith the Lord. This is verse 5. I will bring plagues upon the world. That's it. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. So notice it said, I will bring famines upon the earth, or plagues upon the earth, on the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. So the Lord is the one that's sending these plagues, the evil arrows. So I meditated mainly on I shall, who? The Most High. I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which brought, we're going to get back to this, but let's go to Isaiah chapter 45. For those of you, newer members that may not be familiar with the scripture or the scriptures, Isaiah 45:7 says, I started 6, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, we're in the western hemisphere, the rising of the sun is the east, that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, Bashem I do all these things. So it's the Lord that's sending the evil famine, the evil arrows of famine. He's the one that's creating the evil. He's the one that's bringing this destruction. He's the one that's bringing these famines. Why? Because it's the judgments that are being placed upon the earth for the people of the earth living so foul. Let's go from there to the book of Lamentation, chapter 3 and verse 38. We're going to read a few of these, a few verses out of this. Lamentation 3:8. Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. So the Lord is, he hands out evil and he hands out, good. All right. Before I read on, I'm going to get another one, and then we're going to go back to Ezekiel, and then we're going to go back to Lamentation. Let's go to Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. And there's many other precepts that could be brought up on this particular topic or subject. Amos 3:6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Yeah, when a trumpet is what? An alarm. And when you sound an alarm, people are nervous because they don't know what's going on. You hear this particular type of alarm, people are like, what's going on? There's some type of devastation, destruction, earthquake, tsunami, storm, hurricane, something's coming. And the people get, up in arms, and they're wondering what the hell is going on. So it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and Yahweh Bashem shall have not done it? So who did it? The Most High did it. So going back to Ezekiel 5:16, when I, meaning the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine. So this strike, which is going to cause a more disruption than there already is, could very well be the breaking point that brings all these things to pass. And it's the Lord doing it because he's fulfilling his prophecies. And that's the main thing. The Lord is about fulfillment of his word, of his prophecies, and he ain't going to turn to the left or to the right until his words be accomplished. It says, which shall be for their destruction. Now, this is going back to Israel, the Israelites, back in the land of Israel, but this applies to today too, because this is one of the things that Yahweh said would be happening on the earth prior to him coming, which would be these famines, and which I will send to destroy you. See? And I will increase the famine upon you and will break your staff of bread, right? Because even people that have supplies set up aside, they're going to lose that because others are going to come into it and take it. Or the food that they put away could go bad. You know, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts. Yeah, because even the animals in the forest are going to be coming out and foraging, looking for food. It says, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee. Yeah, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, have spoken it. Right, the famines, the pestilences, which are a different type of diseases. And you hear these devils talking about it. At 2025, they're going, really start ramping it up. You got all this distraction that's going on in the news with Diddy and Jay-Z and this and that and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and this big shit show that they got going on, all to distract people from the strike, to distract people from the sorrows and the woes that are coming, which are evident to those that can see, that are in the light. So going back to Lamentation 3 and 38, out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. It's a question, and both proceed out of the mouth of the Lord, because He's the one that sends it. He's the one that sends good. He's the one that sends evil. And we read it in a few scriptures. And these Christians do not know the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They'll tell you that the Most High is all love. Well, He's more than just all love. He creates evil also. He brings judgment and destruction. It says, wherefore does a living man complain? A man for the punishment of his sins, right? Because this is brought for amendments, as it says in us either 2 Ezra 16 or 2 Ezra 15. But yet for all this, they're not going to remember or repent. How do we know that? Look at how many times the Lord has judged Jake. Going back to was that 2005 when the levees broke? And what Jake do? After a while, they were all messed up, and after a while, they went right back to doing the same shit. Same thing all over the place. They'll be humbled and humiliated in their afflictions, but then once the affliction is gone and everything gets back to normal, they get back right to that bullshit. Let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord. Right, and this is what Jake should be doing. Let us lift up our heart with our hands unto our Yahweh in the heavens. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we have transgressed and have rebelled. Thou hast not pardoned. Thou hast covered with anger and persecuted us. Thou hast slain, thou hast not pitied. Now, this goes back during the time of the Babylonians when they came and they sacked Jerusalem, besieged it, and destroyed Jake. But we're applying this till today because the time of Jacob's trouble is fast approaching. We're in the beginning stages of it. You see in Jake out there losing it already, but it's going to get worse. Thou hast covered thyself with a cloud, that our prayer should not pass through. Then he say, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. In their affliction, they will seek me early. But it's going to be a point where a lot of these Jakes are not going to, the Lord ain't going to listen to them when they start getting jacked up. He's going to mock them. Thou hast made us as the offscouring and the refuse in the midst of the people. Right. The nations look at us as trash. That's how we looked. At one time, we were lauded as the greatest people on the planet, which we still are, but we're just in the low state. The law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave us that would give us, the backing or the prestige, of royalty, of wisdom. Now they don't look at us like that. They look at us like every Jake is a Pookie or Ray Ray or whatever. All our enemies have opened their mouths against us. Fear and a snare is come upon us. Desolation and destruction. Mine eye runneth down with rivers of water for the destruction of the daughter of my people. The time of Jacob's trouble is going to be vicious. And this could very well be the straw that broke the camel's back. Mine eye trickleth down and ceaseth not without any intermission. Till the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai look down and behold from heaven, mine eye affecteth mine heart, because of all the daughters of my city. Mine enemies chase me sore like a bird without cause. They have cut off my life in the dungeon and cast a stone upon me. Right. This was dealing with Jeremiah back then. And you're going to remember there's going to be certain of us that are going to be caught up in the same thing. Let's go to Revelation 2:10 and then we'll go back there. Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that you may be tried. See? and you shall have tribulation 10 days, which means a certain period of time. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, because the times that are coming, that are hard times, are the times of testing. The hour of temptation. And as you see, as time moves on, the ring is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. You know, the way that we can maneuver in this system in this society is going to be changed forever once they bring this digital system into place. And it's there. The infrastructure is there. They're just slowly but surely just cutting the ring off. All right, so let's go back to Lamentation 2 and 54. Waters flowed over mine head. Then I said, I am cut off, right? Because it's going to feel that way. It's going to get really bad out here. That's why Yahweh Shai said, because you have kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them. I called upon thy name, O Yahweh Bashem Shai, out of the low dungeon. Thou hast heard my voice, hide not thine ear at my breathing, at my cry. Thou drewest near in the day that I called upon thee. Thou saidst, fear not. That's why he said by the mouth of the prophet Isaiah, that my servant shall eat. O Lord, thou hast pleaded the causes of my soul. Thou hast redeemed my life. O Lord, thou hast seen my wrong. Judge thou my cause. Thou hast seen all their vengeance and all their imaginations against me. Thou hast heard their reproach, O Yahweh Bashem Shai, and all their imaginations against me. The lips of those that rose up against me, and their devices against me all the day. Behold, they're sitting down and they're rising up. I am their music. Right. They talk shit about us. I was dealing with Jake talking shit about us. And then Esau too, because the Lord going to bring it to Esau and the nations. Render unto them a recompense, O Yahweh Bashem Shai, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them. Right. And this is dealing with Jake out here too, because Jake is going to catch it out here. You wait till the time of Jacob's trouble really ramps up even more. Wait till after Tuesday, and this strike sets in really good, because according to what they're saying, that the strike is not, it's not possibly going to happen. It's supposed to happen. So we'll see. It says, persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of Yahweh Bashem Shai. But the Lord said that my servant shall eat. My servant shall be good. Yep. The brother put Market Watch and Forbes reported over 65% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck as of August 2024. And that's only about a month ago. And it's just going to increase. All right. So with that, keep an eye out. Tomorrow is the deadline. Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And, the day when the rubber meets the pavement on these strikes, so let's see what happens. Hopefully they go full force with it and don't play around, because Esau have been known to play games. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Just keep in mind, we have nothing to worry about. We may get caught up, in some of this, but the Lord somehow, some way is going to make a way for us to escape it, because he said, my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. Shalom.